Beer pong pussies.
I don't want to be Beppa.
GMat.
Is there anything for dessert or something?
Oh, Mario.
Oh my God!
Whoa.
Hometown Spider-Man.
Yay. I need help with doing a push-up.
This is still going?
Yep.
You telling me I'm sharing my fucking shot with a tree?
You and the tree is very much the Jim and Pam of this podcast.
Was that the shot I saw, the one that you got the problem with? Yeah, you know.
Lido. I can't pitch that song to save my life.
Lido!
I can't
I'll
do
pitch
it.
it for you. So basically, it's Aidan. He's singing about, it's sort of a groove, like a 70s groove, okay? The kids are really going to dig it. It's going to be huge for this market with Marvel and everything going the way it is. I think fizzy drinks, they're big with the kids.
really
You've
in
got
touch.
Schweppes. You've got your regular lemonade. Lemonade, boring. That's just one thing. You know what we could do? We could like sex it up with some cool green label. We call it Lido.
Ooh.
We've got a theme
Keep
song for
going.
it.
Yeah.
And it goes a little something like this.
You singing, I'm doing
No,
the
you're
music.
singing. You're singing.
I don't know the words or
No,
how
I
to
don't know
pitch
them
it.
either.
I don't know how to pitch. Lido me the mother how.
Can you make your voice cheesier, like you just guzzled milk?
Doesn't milk?
Like you've
Like
just
you've guzzled milk.
guzzled milk.
Oh, sorry.
Not a dozen milk.
I thought he said make your voice cheesier like
like a
it
dozen
doesn't
milk.
Like, what the fuck does that
Like
mean?
you couldn't milk your voice if your life depended on it.
It's like, I don't know what to say.
What's that soft drink from like the 30s and the 40s that they used to drink all
Milo.
the time? It's still around, but I don't hear about it so much.
Soft drink.
Don't hear
It's
about
a
it.
soft drink.
Squash. Lemon squash.
No,
Tab.
It's like seltzer or something starting with
You got
S.
a Pepsi, kid. You have to pay for it. What do you mean?
Spinach drink.
Imagine like the mafia are sitting around. They go, "Hey, pour me a
Sarsaparilla.
Sarsaparilla." Thank you.
Sarsaparilla.
We got to bring sarsaparilla back into the
I
market.
never left.
I had a lot of San Pellegrino in Adelaide.
Sorry,
That's how my grandfather's Adelaide.
Adelaide. As Adelaide.
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 You've
We
gone
do-
to Adelaide.
A still podcast. It's good times.
GMat. Yay.
Hello and welcome to episode 189 of the GMat podcast.
What?
Oh, when I started so quick and I saw Beck was tying her hair and she went dunk and hit the button, but then kept tying her hair. It was like a
What's the green
smooth
square?
criminal.
Is that anything?
That's not important.
That's nothing.
89.
You don't
Hey, I'm Bruce
ever-
Springsteen. I'm waking up now. Here's my guitar. I'm gonna write a song. Hey, I'm at the shops now. Damn, I hate this blue-collar job that I've got. And I don't want to work here no more. And me and my girlfriend gonna drive around my car. Hey, Bruce, get back to work, damn ya. Stop singing those damn songs. You're no damn good. Well, one day, Mr. Johnson, I'm gonna make it out of here. And I'm gonna sing with my girl. Arigato.
Why are you so good at coughing?
Guys, you need to be listening because I'm taking you
GMat.
right now, please.
Why the fuck are we so fucking locked down? You want better comparison? I tell you 100 times.
Today's episode of the GMat podcast is brought to you by our merch, which Aidan's repping a Doy shirt. Go get yourself a Doy shirt at teespring.com/stores/the GMat. The real GMat. The real GMat. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
I was like, it's a GMat podcast. That intro was brought to you by our friend Kate. That one was titled More Voices of Ben J. Really enjoyed it. Thank you, Kate. If you'd like to submit an intro to the podcast yourself, send it to contact@therealgmat.tv or submit it in the Discord or send it to me on Facebook. And if you want to support our show and hear some more stuff, go to patreon.com/the GMat podcast. That's what I was thinking of before. And check out stuff. Stop the music. Great work. Great work. Whew. I gotta make that longer. I can never quite get it in there in time. Welcome everybody
Hi.
Hi.
to the GMat podcast extravaganza. I'm the host of the GMat podcast. My name is Matt. I'm joined. Let's go this way on our producer and camera lady and hair tie and button pressing legend, Beppa J.
I can do it all.
Yeah. Over the room is Ben J.
What?
And to my right, welcome back, Aidan.
Hi, how are you? So
very
great to be
well.
back.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I'm also back.
Yeah, but I saw you last week. I didn't tell. You know, I said to Beck twice in the last few weeks that I missed Aidan. So I'm really happy you're back.
I'm happy I'm
Like,
back.
does this sound believable? I missed Aidan. No, wait. I missed Aidan.
We were I was testing. I'm like, when Aidan comes, how does this sound? I missed you, Aidan. Just like, no,
That
that's
was
no
the
good.
joke I
It's
was
no
doing.
good.
Yeah.
You guys did have
See, I was going on with it because we're doing a
Saying the
podcast.
same thing again.
Just better.
So like, were you like rehearsing so that when I got back, you
well, that's
know
the
how
joke
to say it?
that Ben said, and then
So
I
what he was
said.
doing was, so he was
Wait.
actually rehearsing, so that when you got back, it
So we-
would sound believable.
We both made the joke, and it still wasn't clear enough.
So you were rehearsing. Yeah, I was
Saying-
also following along with the bit.
Oh, good. Well, look
I
at this.
understood it.
we should do a podcast.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, good stuff.
I don't know,
You don't like it?
because I hear those intros that Kate makes. I don't know whether we should.
I really liked it when I heard that. I like the voices of Ben J ones.
I hear him and I'm like, what is this?
The fuck am I
What
doing?
the fuck is the context for this?
You don't
I
need
don't
context.
remember any of it except for the coughing bit.
Yeah.
And you were really good at coughing.
Hey, thank you.
Can you do that cough again?
That's my favorite is the Newman one.
Go on. That's good.
Better. It's a lower down, Buck. There it is.
There it is. Nailed it.
I like it.
Thanks so much. Really good to be here.
If you go up the scale, it's almost Austin Powers.
Oh, I can't do it. What's that mean? That
Hurt
to the
yourself.
Mario thing?
Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I gotcha. Aidan, how was Adelaide?
It was,
How was your time away?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah?
You know, I was busy. I was living in a house with 4 comedians
Jesus.
that all had their own solo show plus a show that everyone was in plus another. Like there was a lot of shows going on in the house, so there was no peace or quiet.
That literally sounds like hell to me.
Yeah.
It was really fun because they're all very, very good. If they were all shit, it's a little different, but all of them are very talented. 3 out of the 4 of them got 5-star review. You know what I mean? Like just great.
It's a lot of stars in one house. A
lot of stars in one house.
Around the dinner table, is it? There's no just like, oh yeah, blah blah blah. It's all like,
No.
so guys, today I went down the shops. I was gonna buy myself some Lido. Anyone here drinking Lido? By a round of applause, who here's drinking Lido tonight?
Just bits. Was it non-stop bits?
fucking-
I wish it was nonstop. What do you think of this?
wish?
What do you think of this? What do you reckon this for the show?
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
But just
Is
like
this
a whole bunch
funny?
of-
I don't know.
Yeah,
Is
like
this funny?
Like, what do you think? Like, what if I came in and I said, "Yeah, hiya, yeah, sorry. Can you stand up for a second, please?" What it would be funny if I just measure someone in the audience. Do you think that would be funny? Do you think that would fit?
So far, I don't think any of that's funny.
It was really funny when he did it.
Was that the guy who didn't get 5 stars?
No, that's the guy that did go fast.
Damn.
He put on a wig halfway through his show and measured an audience member and then said, "You're a bit too tall," and then just sent them out. I think it was very funny.
That is a good bit.
And then 5 minutes later, the front of house sat in the back in wearing a wig and he measured them again and then they got to sit down. Our audience loved it. But when we were just sitting, I was eating my eggs. I was like, do you think it'd be funny if I measure someone? I'm like, yeah, I guess so.
Is he British?
No, he just put on that. He just put on the accent, which I think is very fun. So I've been
times.
doing that accent a lot. Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. So I often went to the beach by myself, saw some dolphins, thought they were sharks.
Scary stuff.
Yeah, it was frightening because I kept remembering that Sydney guy that got eaten. That the record said, by the way,
Yeah.
when we got there, he had catastrophic injuries, which is just like newspaper talk for that guy had no face.
Yeah. He got bit by a
Right,
fucking
like that
shark.
guy was like he was in pieces. There was-
Catastrophic makes it sound like he got onto his surfboard and then just did like the Challenger, the USS Challenger or whatever it was, just like exploded
Yeah.
to bits as soon as he hit
It's
the
a
water.
fucking
Catastrophic is.
It was when I read it, I was like, whoa, that's full on language, and that was a quote. So somebody has to have seen what's happened and said
Thank God.
it was-
That's catastrophic.
The damage was catastrophic. I don't think I'd say catastrophic unless all I found was a foot or something. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
what happened here?
Catastrophic is like one of those words that hasn't yet been like overused.
No.
Like amazing or incredible or something like that. It's like no one's ever like, oh, my toast, it was burnt. It was catastrophic. No one's going to ever say
If
that.
you did, you'd be like, could you relax?
Pull it back a couple pegs,
It
please.
is very much who you're talking to, though, because it's subjective. It's like, what did you think of this? It's not like the dictionary definition
Yeah.
of like, well, it went from severe to catastrophic injuries.
He-
Could be some like if you got a designer, a fashion designer or something like. So you saw this guy and his injuries were divine. He was simply stunningly injured. You know, it doesn't like it's the vocab that a certain person will use is not.
It's so
It's not an objective thing.
I would imagine a fashion person being like, oh, that outfit is catastrophic. Like I could see that as well.
My grandmother
see it.
says catastrophic all the time. Or she doesn't catastrophe, she's catastrophe.
I knew it wasn't going to be like word for word.
Catastrophe.
It's catastrophe
This
down
is
in
catastrophe.
Agalam.
Yeah. Heidi, what a catastrophe.
This boy from Sydney, he will never have another Pepsi from the Beppa.
Pepsi Mexi.
Adelaide's really, I like Adelaide gets like
Adelaide
bad
is a
rap.
country town. I've never seen so much corrugated iron in my life. That place is the flattest place I've ever been in my entire life.
pretty flat.
They're in the middle of hills. Why isn't there any hill in the middle of the city? That's bizarre.
What city has a hill in the middle?
Well, I mean, just what? You going around Melbourne, there's fucking hills everywhere?
Hawaii, take that.
You mean you like you?
Hawaii's not a city. You fucking
No, but like the city of Adelaide, not talking about literal CBD, but just like Adelaide as general, didn't have any like this. Like to get home from here, I have to go like that a lot. Or in my car, you
it
go
is
up and
flat
down
as
hills.
shit.
You're just fucking flat. That's
Okay.
bizarre.
I remember being in Adelaide as a kid and sitting on a hill, like a little hillock, but it was just like this green, perfect little hillock in the middle of nowhere, and I sat on it. Here's how stupid I was. I sat on that with my brother, and I remember him telling me that we were on the other side of the world because we drove to Adelaide, and I'd never been anywhere. I was like 7 or something, 6 or 7, and he was like, "Well, you know, we've gone all the way around the world, and we're on the bottom of the world." And I was like, "Wow!" So like, and I was crazy. I was like comprehending gravity and everything, and being like, "I'm upside down right now." And he's like, "Yep, we're on here, and our home's on the other side of the world." And I went, "Wow!" and like looked up instead of looking down, which makes no fucking sense.
Yeah,
That's
there's
so
so many
funny.
levels of miscomprehension.
Yeah, it's all over the place.
Layers of misinformation on top of each other.
But I always, Adelaide gets a bad rap, and I always remember going there as a kid and being like, "I like this place. It was beautiful."
It is a beautiful town.
I kissed Tamara when I was there. I shouldn't have said her last name.
Wow.
Shouldn't have said her last name. I kissed Tamara.
We'll just
kissed-
say
you kissed
you kissed Miss
Yeah.
and it wasn't yesterday and it wasn't today.
That's very funny.
Yeah, I like Adelaide.
It's
Adelaide-
beautiful,
yeah,
but
yeah.
like if I wasn't there to perform it, I would have been quite bored.
True.
There's not anything to do. There's a holy moly.
There's a I mean, I went there for Thingo for that touring show, and that was because everywhere else was dog shit.
Yeah.
That was like a dream.
Oh yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
It is very much just like a country town that got a lot of money.
But you didn't go to the water slide.
No.
I remember there's like at that beach, there's like an indoor. It's 2 water slides, one for adults and one for kids. And we went on the kids one and the adults one because
there?
you can go wherever.
Was it there or did you just not go on it or was it not
I
there?
didn't see it.
Oh,
But I
we took
wasn't
it out.
looking for a water slide. I forgot that there was a water
Well,
slide.
All
neither
they've
was I.
got
I
there
just-
now is a tomorrow kissing booth.
Stop it. I'm going to forget. Oh my God. And the adult one, you have to go down with 2 people. And one of the guys I was in the show with, who I barely spoke to, we like didn't not get along, but we just didn't talk very much.
Yeah.
And we ended up being up there and we went down together. And like when I was going down the kids one that you go down, you can go down by yourself. It was like, whoa, this is fun. And then when I went down with him, total silence the whole way down.
Oh.
So we're going, whoosh, 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 whoosh. And I didn't feel comfortable to be like, woo.
But that guy
Thanks very
sucks
much,
that
mate.
he
That
didn't
was
make any
fun.
noise either.
Yeah. I think we were both just awkward and uncomfortable. We're just like, yeah, we're not, yeah. He's a great guy. I just didn't talk to him very much.
That doesn't strike me as your MO.
I
No.
don't know. It was just the one guy I didn't connect with and didn't really.
Can I imagine circumstances like that for you as being very awkward at the top, but by the time you get off the right at the bottom, you're best friends?
I thought that's what I thought that story was. I think this other bloke also kissed Tamara and it was like a little
love
bit of an
rival.
issue.
Tension.
Look out.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I imagine that's
And then
the
Bep was
case.
waiting at the bottom, tapping her foot.
Bip, 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 bip.
You could have gone on there with 4 comedians, and that would have been tunnels of fun.
I wouldn't have been able to go.
No, it's a huge one. It's a big thing. Was that the joke you're making?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I mean, I went on.
Yeah. So, yeah, Adelaide was great. You know.
And shows
I saw a lot of strange shows.
Yeah.
A
Fringe.
lot of strange. Because it's fringe. I forgot that it's a fringe. I know it's called Adelaide Fringe and it's very obviously a fringe. But when I got there, I thought, oh, of course, this is a fringe.
It should be called Adelaide Edge Festival.
It should be called yes, it should be on the edge of the normal Adelaide Festival, which I also
Is there
learned.
another word for that?
Cusp.
Fringe?
Cusp, yeah, that's a good one. Fringe.
The Adelaide Cusp Festival.
The Adelaide Cusp Fringe Festival. Yeah, saw a lot of weird shows. I did a weird show, the show that you saw.
Yeah.
At the comedy festival is the show that we did there, and it's a sort of weird sketch comedy show.
I'm seeing
I
it on
guess.
the 26th.
Yeah, on the 26th. I think we're doing it at Melbourne Fringe, so maybe this time you'll be able to see it. But it's a weird sketch comedy show. Anyway, the boys had a spot because it's 2 of them on stage all the time, and I just play characters around them.
Yeah.
And they had a spot in the Garden of Unearthly Delight,
Cool.
which is
I've always wanted to go.
there's two major Fringe venues, and then there's other ones. Garden of Unearthly Delight is the one where like the big stars go, and then there's the Gluttony where everybody else, all the plebs, go. Right, and most of our shows were in Gluttony, but they had a spot at the Garden, and they followed. We got there late because it was after our show, and they had Cal Wilson was on. Everybody knows Cal Wilson, and then Dave Hughes, and then the boys. And Dave Hughes was supposed to headline and close, but we got there so late that they went on after Dave Hughes, and it was the worst bombing performance I've ever seen in my life. I was the only one.
I was really
laughing.
hoping this was going to be like a
No,
good story.
it was fucked.
I hate hearing about this show bomb because I feel like I've watched this show through your retellings.
No, it doesn't bomb ever. It's never bombed in an audience that was paid to see it.
One time you went to Frankie McNair's thing, to the debutante thing, and you did like an abridged version.
No, we didn't even do anything about our own show. They just did
just
some
did a bit.
fucked up sketch because Frankie
Didn't you come out with the buck teeth?
Yes.
Come out dressed as the Queen or something?
No, it was Prince Philip the day after he died. Yeah.
It's weird that didn't go down well.
I know. McNair's thing was they had a show called Emma's Debutante.
Yeah.
And people would come up and it would be Frankie would host the Deb and another lady, Emma, would be the debutante. And they came out as her 2 estranged uncles and gave her a present that had a dog in it. It was like a toy with a dog in it. And it
didn't work. Yeah,
no, and it didn't work. And I came out dressed as Prince Philip and we sang Royal Britannia.
And I assume you did all like the research to make sure you get the voice right. You just didn't come out and go like, "Hello, governor."
I came out in a pair of buck teeth and said, "Oh, hello, Prince Philip." And
Jeremy
then I
Clarkson.
Did Prince Philip
and
just
then
walk in the room?
And then I downed a thing of Guinness. It was
Nice.
fucked.
Sorry.
That bombed, and so did this at the Garden. That bombed as
Any
well.
specific?
Oh, it's hard. It's a narrative-ish story, and you really have to be there for the first. You have to see it from the start to understand what the fuck is going on. And nobody understood, and they make jokes, and everybody was quiet, and then they made another joke, and Blake said, "Oh, fuck off, it's funny," and that got a bit of a laugh, but that was about it. So it was really uncomfortable.
God, imagine bombing after Hughesy.
Davies did not do well.
I don't think Dave.
Did anyone do well that night, or was it just a shit crowd?
There was a crowd, but the boys did very badly.
Comparatively badly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Cal Wilson's another one who's like
She was all right.
I've seen her at every gala thing, but she's never really taken off. She's not like international or.
She does comedy fest, but she doesn't have her own. You know, she'll go to the Montreal,
Okay.
but she doesn't have her own. Like, I'm without a comedy festival, people will see me. I don't think so. I met Stephen K. Amos. He's cool.
Yeah.
He's pretty successful. Met Ross Noble.
Ross Noble. Yeah.
Ross Noble.
Yeah, I'm Team Noble.
Ross Noble's great. Yeah, big fan of Ross Noble. It was good. It was fun. I saw a lot of circus because there was a lot of that shit. You know. And the weird thing about circus, I haven't seen a lot of circus, but they do a trick and you're like, okay, yeah, that was cool. And then they'll go, and then you all just have to clap.
And they're always like, don't speak English, like French or something. So like, what?
Yeah, they weren't talking, and then they'd say things in English in a very, very Australian accent, which is a bit jarring, which was great.
Okay.
But it was funny. They were like,
I don't think I've ever seen that.
you've never seen it?
No, someone do a flip and then like bouncing on a ball with the classic like mimey makeup,
Yeah.
and then like, yeah, not bad, eh?
So,
But you weren't expecting to see that tonight.
the show that we saw was these three detectives, and they would come out and they were trying to weave a narrative through a circus act, which was they did pretty well. And there was a bit where one guy got on top of another guy, and then a girl got on top of him, and it was super.
I've seen that video.
It was very impressive. They were very tall. She had to get all the way up, and it was like the guy underneath was like fucking shaking with all the. It was full on to say. I was like, oh my god, if they fall, they're gonna fall on us because it was in the round. And then once they were up there, they sort of stood there for a second. People sort of clapped, and then they went, and we all were like, woohoo, well done.
Fringe is weird.
Yeah, it was so weird.
I know we've already told this story before, but we haven't done it on the video podcast. But when you said about Fringe, seeing a lot of weird shows, I remember doing Fringe with Ben, standing in the hallway because we were in the theater next, and you load in theaters, and then someone comes out, and then the next person goes in the theater, and you get like 10-minute switchovers, and we were sitting there waiting to go and load in for our show, and then the door opens, the audience door. I'm like, here comes the audience, and then a fully naked girl walks out.
She had
slowly.
some paint on her, I'm pretty sure, on her face maybe.
Honestly, don't remember.
You weren't looking?
No. Well, I couldn't really, because the second she came out and she was in the nude, you and I just went, what's up there? So anyway, how long do we have to probably about 15 minutes to get in there?
She was really, I would have been like, I hope your show was great or something like that, but she was so like in the zone. She was so still in the performance, even though it was just her and people who never saw her show standing out there, like where the audience comes out, but there was no audience. She like, the band keeps playing and she walks off, and she was still just like, she wasn't like, oh man, that was a good one. The crowd was really receptive. Thanks. Oh, sorry guys, I'll be out in a sec. You guys can bump in.
Yeah.
She was just like,
she's just been like
all the way down the hallway, just right into the car park.
And
She's
it's
getting
like-
her car and just drive home, still in the zone.
there's like a stage door that they come out of, and then like at least 10 or 15 meter hallway, which we were at the end of, which
And then the hallway.
the audience can't see, no one can see. It's just us. And she did the walk
Yeah.
from the stage door to the hallway. I thought she would come out the second she was out of audience view. She'd do that. She'd like cover up and be like, oh, sorry guys, I'm just coming through. And be like, we're performing.
Or
But yeah,
say, good show. And fucking, you're naked on stage. You can naked beside
Yeah,
stage.
it felt like
Superman.
the way she was walking down the hallway. If we'd said anything to her, we may as well have just said it while she was on stage. Just leant forward and be like, "Oh, your shirt's come off, love." Like while she was on the stage, it felt that like she was still in it that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Then we did a good
All
show.
right already.
Didn't take my clothes off.
No.
Hey, speaking of bombing,
Here we go.
Oh,
I got a
Jesus
treat.
Christ.
I got a treat.
This could go one of several ways.
I have an
It really could,
absolute
couldn't it?
treat.
Funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown. I amuse
Put
you.
on your
thought
laughing
there was gonna be
shoes,
Ukraine.
fuckheads, because it's time for...
I make you laugh. I'm here to fucking amuse you. What do you mean funny?
Bruce jokes.
Bruce jokes. I'm really excited for these because I heard these the other day and I thought they were pretty good.
Okay, that means you've confessed to having read them before and therefore can't fuck up the delivery.
I haven't read them. I heard Bruce do them. So if they're bad, it's 100% on me because I think they're good.
Okay.
I think they're good jokes. For those who don't know, the guy who lives in our granny flat, Bruce.
Granny frat. Fuck yeah! I fucking love pussy. Hit the beer bong now.
Imagine a granny frat.
Let's fucking crochet.
Beer pong pussies. Chug, chug, chug. Does anybody know where my teeth are?
So Bruce has been writing jokes and we really liked them and we started reading them out on the podcast. So here they are. I'm still the granny frat.
That's a deep well, isn't
Beer
it?
pong pussies. That's so good.
The recipe for like Japanese chicken noodles requires 2 teaspoons of mirin. What, like Helen? I haven't heard that one. That's a new one.
Yep.
As a strict religious man, I have the fear of an almighty God. And I also have the cock of a big fat horse. I don't use it though.
Fuck.
It's another one I haven't heard. You can't run until you can walk. You can certainly run before you fall over and shit your jeans on a hot day, mum.
Oh boy.
Have you heard of the expression, fuck off mate, get the fuck off my property? Someone taught it to me while I was the fuck on their property.
Not bad.
I like that one. Marine biology sounds like ethnic food. That's all the Bruce jokes.
That's funny. Well done,
I feel like
Bruce.
there's some he didn't send me. I remember there being like 3 back-to-back bangers. I can't remember what they were.
Oh my god, marine biology.
I really like that one.
Marine biology sounds like ethnic food.
Great work, Bruce. Thank you very much.
Problem is, none of it was funnier than Granny Frat.
Right. We started so high. So sorry, Bruce.
Oh boy. Yeah, you're all right. He didn't bomb that bad.
No, he did. He did the best he can with the brain he was given. Granny.
Smooth transition.
So you gotta get rid of
So
Anne
much.
Boleyn or whatever her name was.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Thank you.
Oh, I'm gonna have to focus when I do this one.
Oh, damn it. I'm going to have to pay attention when I work.
I didn't tell you this back the other day, but this is more like an anecdote than a story. No, it's a story. I was at the supermarket and I was pulling into the driveway and I was going to pull out, and it sort of got all messy where this person was in my way, and then I stopped, and then I went to pull in, and then I did a bad park, so I went to pull out again, and I nearly cut off a guy, and I was like, oh shit, this fucking guy went off. No, I was leaving. Sorry. Hey, let me start again. I cut off a guy. He fucking got mouthy. He got really, really mouthy. Like, yeah, for no reason at all. I stopped before I got to him, and he was out of the window, mouthing off. He lives 3 doors down from us.
Oops.
It was like I was driving home. I was like, this guy's really. Oh, he's taking this turn. Oh, he's taking this turn as well. Oh shit.
So he
I didn't say a word.
I would have gone around again.
He's the asshole.
Yeah. I was just wanted to let everyone know. There's a cunt 3 doors down.
Did he see you?
Also,
Yeah, I came out with him. Or maybe not, because you know that Woolies there's 2 exits. I went the other way. And then you end up together.
The guy that stared at us when we went and got those sandwiches 3 doors down?
He's a bit further than that. It's not that guy.
That guy was fucking weird.
No, this guy just like
What's with your street, man?
weird straight.
It was a bit weird.
I never got the opportunity to do it, but I like it when like I pulled out and I stopped before anything even happened. He didn't toot or anything. I just saw him. I was like, oh, and nearly I could have pulled out to him.
Yeah.
But I go back in. He's down the window. I was like, what the fuck you doing? Like, fucking pay attention. I always wanted to have an opportunity to run into those people and be like, or like wind up my window and be like, hey, what's the matter?
Yeah.
Like, what's all this shouting for? Is everything okay? And just be like super chill and see what that interaction would be like. Because I think it'd be fun.
I've had that interaction.
You done that one?
But not with a person in a car.
And I assume you were the person yelling.
No.
Okay.
I got into my car after doing a show at that gravel car park. Mm-hmm. You know the one? We all know the gravel car park.
Okay.
It was late at night, and I got in my car and I reversed, and there was someone standing 4 or 5 meters behind my car, right? So I reverse and then stop because I noticed there was someone standing, and they smacked my boot. They took steps towards my boot. They didn't just be like, "Oi!" because that would have been, too close for comfort. But they came forward and like, "What are you doing?" Bang! And I was like, whoa, sorry, I didn't see you. This is the same person, by the way, that almost killed you. Do you remember that person?
I don't remember who exactly it was that almost killed me.
Somebody was helping load a...
Yeah, but I can't remember who it was that did it.
Okay. Somebody was helping load a trailer.
Yeah, I remember when you were loading the trailer with Booty McSmack.
Was it Booty McSmack?
Booty McSmack.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Hey, I don't understand how they relate to this story.
Wait, who's Booty McSmack? Not Booty McSmack. I'm talking about Oldie Mc stand next to the thing and try and help.
I was just because he smacked your boot was what I was.
Were they in the show?
No.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, keep going.
You know who I'm talking now?
They were show adjacent.
They were show adjacent. Anyway, I got out of the car. I was like, "Hey, man, I'm so sorry." He's like, "What the fuck? You could have almost killed me." And I was like, "I didn't see you. We were really not close. I'm really sorry. It was a total accident."
That statement as well. It's like, you could have almost killed me. Well, yeah, I could have almost killed anyone.
Yeah.
I could still almost kill you.
I said, I didn't do it on purpose. Had I done it on purpose, I would understand. I'm not close to you even now. Could you relax? And then he took a deep breath. Like, fucking got into his car. And the next day I saw him. He's like, "Hey, I just want to apologize. You really weren't that close to me. I just want you to know that I was really upset that night."
I had some stuff going on at home. Mrs. McSmack was...
Mrs. McSmack is a fucking nightmare.
We had an argument. She nearly reversed over me.
It was
Brought up
crazy.
a lot of stuff when you were driving the other day.
Like, don't touch my car. I didn't touch you.
And then
Unless you're trying to get sushi to your car and my car's in the way, don't touch my car.
I hate this. I hate this from you. Fuck, I miss Adelaide.
Oh, Aidan.
I have a...
Here we go.
A good bit.
Yep.
Dude.
We tried this on the post show for the one that you just gone. But I didn't have a lot of time. I organized it just before we did the podcast, so I didn't have any very good ones. But I've done a bit more research.
Oh.
I've tried a little bit harder.
Okay.
And I've come up with some great prison reviews.
All right.
Reviews, Google reviews or Yelp reviews that people have left for prisons and jails.
Okay.
Which is, after we did the strip club one, I was like, hey, what's another weird place that I could get reviews from? Turns out the prison was a great idea. I got a few here.
That's good news.
These first ones are not actually from a prison. They're from a jail, which is like where they keep people until they have their trial or whatever, when they've got to be locked up, but they're not yet sentenced.
County.
Something like that. It's a jail. Is that correct?
Yeah, there's a
think it's
jail
correct.
and then there's a prison.
Yeah.
I don't know. You said it so confidently.
I know.
How could it not be?
Tomorrow.
Just pepper it through. It's the most difficult edit of his life.
Can he do it?
Okay, actually, we have a bit of a problem here. Because they've come through not in the order that I put them through on there. So these could be from a prison or a jail, everybody. Take your guess.
Wait, what are we doing? Is this
These are Google reviews people have left. No. I'm just, these,
So what's there?
What do you mean?
Well, you said it's different for the way I put it over
Oh,
there.
on the computer when I was getting the screenshots and sending them to my phone.
I understand.
Yeah.
I don't understand at all.
What's the problem? What are we not? What these are reviews. Reviews.
But what's the order got to do with that?
Well, because I was going to do the jail first and then the prison.
Yeah, okay.
And now it's just sort of mixed up.
I understand.
Who
Because
cares?
they're so vastly different. Maybe, probably.
I'm not entirely sure.
Anyway, God, I hope tomorrow doesn't need this.
Do they get podcasts in prison?
This is a good one. My dad got taken here for molestation, which, by the way, is spelled more less station. 2 separate words. My dad got taken here for molestation. He hasn't come out in 15 years. Must be really nice. Oh, that's good. Here's a good one. 1-star review. They treat us like we're criminals. And then a poo emoji. I like this because this guy obviously doesn't go to the prison and never been to the prison. But I saw a couple of these.
He doesn't go to the prison.
Well, like a worker.
That's the school I go to.
frequent it.
That's the school.
I'm thinking like someone who works
Get
there.
up and go to prison tomorrow.
Someone who works there or
There's
something.
one here, but we like the one down the road. It's much better.
Yeah, it's a
You
private
You know what I mean?
I go to a Catholic prison.
So this guy, they're called local guides when they do a bunch of reviews and they've been checked. They're local guides. So this is a local guide. He's done like 250 reviews and he just says cheap parking fee, 80 cents an hour and long hour limit. So if you ever want to park at this prison, it's
Is
cheap.
it close to anywhere else?
I guess so.
So it's like, does he park there and go to work?
Yeah, something like that.
I can't imagine a prison car park's ever full.
No, it's not like anyone drove there. All these dusty cars outside.
Like the workers. But like, there's got
Go to jail. We'll meet you there.
Here's a 5-star review. I got stabbed a couple times, but it was all a great experience at the end. The people with the uniforms told me I couldn't leave, so I just sneaked out in the middle of the night.
This is just trolls, right? This is just 100 million trolls.
You gotta like separate the Here's another local guide. Apart from the fact that our loved ones are unable to walk out with us, no, actually, I'm gonna that was a really sad one
Why'd you screenshot it then?
because there was a bit in the middle of it that she was just saying this isn't as good as Darringall Prison. I was like, Darringall Prison, that's where I'm from. That's the whole bit.
That's a fucking what the fuck?
This one's definitely for a prison because I've got the prison screenshotted on it. People are very nice, and also a guy gave me some magic sugar, but there's no air conditioning and the food tastes like dog water. The guards are mean to me.
What's magic sugar?
How's dog spelled in that?
Dog, D-O-R-g.
That's good.
What's magic sugar?
I guess
your
cocaine
pick.
or heroin or
Cocaine.
or-
We both like to do
or
cocaine.
icing sugar, maybe. They just don't know what it's called.
Just brown sugar.
Magic sugar.
This dissolves much quicker than regular caster. This stuff's great. This is magic.
that could be a nice rebranding for brown sugar.
This is
Magic sugar.
the regular caster.
1-star review. Dad, please, we miss you. This is going down way worse than I thought it would.
Speaking of bombing,
I like this one because the dude said the rooms are a tad Spartan. Seems really eloquent and
Shangy.
there's a bunch of other shit he said about it, but that one I really liked.
Okay.
Was sad that I did not have a very nice view of the city because bars were blocking the view. Otherwise, do not recommend dropping any soap. Showers were an experience to say the least. Can't wait till my next day. Can't tell if that's all a joke or some of it's a
pretty
joke.
sure
it's all
It's the fact that he made the
I think
dropping
they're
the
all
soap.
all jokes, right?
Yeah, I reckon.
No fucking prisoners getting out of here and be
Putting
like,
all your heart
you
into
know
that
what
one.
I'll do? I'll review the fucking
Yeah.
prison.
Who gets out and go, yep, Mum, Dad, I'll be home soon. I've just got to go to the internet cafe, pop on a quick review while it's all still fresh, and then I'll be home.
Compared to spending 12 days in Geelong cells, this place was just like a holiday. Fresh food, everyone except for those rats in the boneyard were equal A. Still no justice in the justice though, eh?
That could be real.
Yeah, that one feels
Makes you
real.
think, yeah.
Still no justice. Still
Who
no
are the-
justice in the justice, though.
Who are
eh?
the rats in the
Hey.
boneyard? What's that code for?
Don't know.
Rats in the boneyard.
Meow, meow, meow.
Rip, wood chip, turn it into paper.
Here's another one that seems real.
Yep.
Best clink of me life, eh?
Could be.
Best clink.
Best clink of me life.
Never know what flavour you're going to get. No, those are clinkers. Sorry.
This one's definitely real. I looked at the profile. My partner's in there for the second time. The first time, the staff are friendly and helpful. I don't know what's happening on the second time, but I really want to know.
TBC.
Here's another local guide. A very imposing justice building in the city centre. 1 star. He's not happy about it.
Oh, because you
Just-
don't want imposing stuff.
Just
in the
about the
city centre.
architecture.
Yeah, he doesn't like
Yeah,
it.
we should tear it down and put bike lanes in. That'll fix it.
We should. And make prisoners just ride bikes all day. You bastards.
To fuel the city's power.
Yo, clean energy.
5-star review, missed the good times here. Must have been some good times. This one's a fucking stupid one. Yeah, I'm going to skip that one.
Okay.
This one might be real. 1 star. I grew up here. I am Bukak Chicken's daughter, and now I'm her wife. Bukak taught me how to be lesbian.
Oh, that's real.
What the fuck is Bukak chicken?
I don't know. I am Bukak Chicken's daughter, and now I am her wife. And then in capitals, Bukak taught me how to be lesbian.
Is that in an Australian prison? God, the things that go on in there. I don't think I'd survive prison.
You don't want to be Bukak Chicken's daughter?
I don't think I'd survive prison.
Only if you had bears as your inmates.
Good one.
That in that case, yeah, absolutely.
That was a good one.
Be fine. Okay, cool.
Somebody asked me that on Hinge the other day.
Would you survive
Would you
prison?
survive prison?
Would you survive prison?
With-
No, they said, what animal do you think you could take on? And I said a goat.
Let me tell you.
Because genuinely, I think I could kill a goat. I know I can't kill a bear, but I think I could kill a goat.
Why'd you go straight for that? It's a broad question. So what animal do you think you could take on? And be like, mouse.
Yeah, because a goat's an easier fucking. Because a mouse makes me look like a fucking sociopath.
Oh, they're trying to weigh
You're
you
starting
up.
you're starting a conversation on someone online. You're not going to say I could easily kill a mouse and do. So I could kill a goat. You're probably never going to kill a goat. And I said, what do you think you could? And they said an emu.
Fucking idiot.
I said, there's
Absolutely
no
not.
way you could
Check
kill an
your
emu.
history, mate.
Are you kidding? That emu's going to rip you apart.
We tried once. It didn't go well.
No, God no. Fucking hell. And they can run the pants of a kangaroo, those emus.
They can also take bullets.
What?
That's like a thing about them. They're built and they're dense and they can take a bullet. Because in that,
What if you shoot him in the neck? It's a harder shot.
Maybe, you could, but they, again, it's that thin.
It's such a hard shot.
Because that was the thing about when they tried to the
emu war.
The emu war. When they got on the thing and they got this.
Can take bullets.
That's what I mean.
I imagine them being like, what the emu being like,
That's what I thought.
taking all the bullets out.
They loaded
Your
up
move
to get rid of these
Pioneer.
emus. They instead of spending money where they should have, they just got like 4 guys and like 2 utes and big machine guns on the utes.
Utes?
Yeah, and they spent like
When was the emu war?
The 30s. 1932.
Okay, so they could have
put them
been
on
you.
things, put them on cars or whatever. And then they spent like a certain amount of money just to get like 5,000 bullets each, and like we'll just go out and we'll wipe them out. And you shoot at them, and some of them it just doesn't penetrate them.
Wow.
They're solid.
Lanky
Fucking
They are
Terminator.
fucking
pieces of beef.
terrifying as well. An emu is the closest thing to a dinosaur I've ever seen.
Seen a crocodile?
Yeah, but
They're
they're
pretty
like,
close.
because they're on the floor.
On the floor.
Do you know what I mean? Like, because they're on the
Little
floor.
rugrats they are.
Yeah, they're on the ground. They're terrifying, but I'm not as. I mean, also I'd be terrified of a crocodile, but an emu, that's somehow scarier.
I think
They're
about
tall as well. They're so tall. They're
Quite
taller
tall.
than me. I'm looking up at them. They're making a Yeah, well, probably not that noise. What noise does an emu make?
I'll kill you. Get over here, bitch. They come out and they
A scorpion from Mortal Kombat.
yeah.
They make a best clink I've ever been at, eh? No justice in the justice, eh?
You go and feed them and like give me those fucking seeds.
Yeah, I fed them in Phillip Island.
And they
I
were
also
just-
fed a cassowary. That's a front.
that's the one I was thinking of. I think that's more like a dinosaur.
Yeah, that thing's got like
Scary.
red and blue on it.
Terrifying.
What's going on there?
It's not a normal color.
Not on a human. I mean, Wait a second. Not on an animal. Because it's not feathers. It's like that gloopy bits. Like a turkey neck, but they've got it everywhere.
Turkeys. What are those guys up to?
Yeah, who fucking knows?
Turkeys. I don't trust them.
Yeah.
I don't trust them.
They're not good to eat. They're aggressive.
Don't get me started. We've spent so much time on this podcast talking about how shit turkey meat is.
Is that true?
Yeah, I get hot in the chest thinking about it.
Really? I had a turkey sandwich the other day.
Stop.
Why?
Because I sometimes enjoy it.
When in Adelaide.
Oh, look, it was a toasted sandwich. I was running late for a gig. I was so hungry. I got a turkey and cranberry sandwich.
Busted.
And it was not bad. The meat was
Dry?
a little dry. It always is dry.
It's dry pussy meat. It's the worst. Turkeys are fucking... What's wrong?
What is it dry pussy meat?
Dip it in the fucking... I don't know. It's something I heard once. Someone talking about turkey's dry pussy meat. And now I just regurgitate that without remembering where it came from.
Somebody recently has been an addition to my family's Christmas. Not a partner, just a family member that like never was a part of it. Like my mum's cousin or something. I don't know how we're related. But she now comes over. She always brings a turkey. And it's no good.
Just like a pet turkey.
Yes, yeah. Ham, Christmas ham, I can get around. But a turkey itself, just the turkey, frightening animal as well. Am I frightened of all animals?
I think so.
Not mice.
You shouldn't be. There was no great ham war.
I would be afraid of a mouse, I think. If there was just a mouse, fuck.
Yeah.
Or you'd be
Not
like, hey,
in the way
just
that
call
it's
me.
like with the bigger ones, like the emu and stuff, you're like, oh my God, it's going to corner me and kick me to death. Whereas with a mouse, like, ugh, gross,
Yeah,
like
good.
spiders. Like,
Yeah.
you're just like,
oh, no, a
I can
spider.
it's on me. I can feel it.
A spider is fucking...
We had a little gecko in the house the other night. That was very exciting.
Did you catch it?
Thank God, I don't like them.
Oh, it was so good.
Did it drop its tail? Was it drop-tailed gecko?
No, it was a marbled gecko. I went right back to being 12 years old again and having no friends but digging for lizards at school.
And then,
I was like, my time to shine.
she was so gentle with it. She went up. She said, "Come on."
Oh, yeah, we were talking.
Flicked it with the thing into the and closed it. Was like cool, and then went outside and went
Yeah,
and
just
just
pivot.
lobbed it into the fucking garden.
They're fine. They
It'll
can
be
handle it.
Yeah,
I remember in Queensland there was a lot, when I used to, on holidays, a lot of drop-tailed geckos.
there were a lot of lizards in
A
Queensland.
lot of drop-tails.
We didn't mention when we went to Queensland. We went to the Wax Museum, and that was fucking weird. There was two weird things about the Wax Museum. There was the guy because we went to like, there's the history bit where you can just go in, you can look around at all the different wax models they've made of important people throughout history, and then there's the spooky tour where you go down into the basement and they have like wax people on like medieval torture, just a bunch of medieval torture, and they go, here's how this worked, here's how this worked, and we went in the first one, and the guy, to just walk around ourselves and look at history, and the guy at the door was like, he was so into it, he was keen, he was telling us everything, he's going, take your time, don't rush, and he says, by the way, you guys might like this, that we have the only copy of Hitler's final, what was it?
It was his will and testament.
Will and Testament translated in English. You can't get this anywhere else.
Internet?
You guys,
That's what he said. He's like, you can't find it on the internet.
This is the only.
How long have you guys been here?
It's the most accurate translation. You guys would really like it. And so then you go through and you go around there, and make sure when you come around, make sure you check out Hitler's Will and Testament on the way.
Take some
through.
photos, send
Take
it
some
to your
photos,
friends.
Read through it. It was so he really wanted us. He put so much focus into making sure we saw Hitler's Will and Testament.
Yeah, it is. He's probably just like, I've got this. Could you please just display it? I guarantee it's going to be a big seller. And then he's just standing there doing an old gill. Like, oh, you guys, you got to see the Will and Testament, please. I'm dying here. You got to look at the Will and Testament of Hitler.
I know we were the only people there, and there were security cameras everywhere. So
He was watching us
I
because we
stood
could
there
see behind his desk. He had the little black and
Yeah.
white CCTV, so we had to be like, we had to stop in front of everything and be like, oh wow, let's take a photo. Like really do a song and dance that we were enjoying ourselves for this old man.
we both have, well, you know, we're sitting there like ADHD, just staring at the plaque, and I'm like, I've not read a word.
You didn't read anything?
I don't want to. I mean, I read a
What
little
did
bit.
he leave? Who did he leave it to?
I read a little bit of the Will and Testament, and just I stood there and I was like, does this feel like? Because it was like page, like just like shrunk down to like that size. So you sit there and
Coked
read
up
it.
ramblings.
Yeah.
Just standing there like, is this long enough? Does this seem like long enough for
And I
us
was
to have read this
I
and
was like, I'll
appreciated
take
it?
some pictures. I'll send you the pictures if you want the pictures of his Will and Testament.
I'd like the pictures of his Will and Testament.
So you can just take the pictures and put it on the internet if you want.
Exactly.
It's definitely on the
yeah.
internet then.
Yeah, 100%. He's
Because I thought he was watching you, so like, you didn't take any photos of the will, though. I know it's interesting, but you didn't take photos of the Hitler will, did you? Because this is the only one we're
interested
allowed to
about
have.
I would have read the whole thing.
It was strange. I'll send it to you. The downstairs, the spooky, I like that a lot.
Did you do a bit with the will where you're leaving? He's like, you saw the will, right? Yeah. Oh, Hitler's will, huh? Interesting
Historians
stuff.
hate him.
Yeah. So, what was your favourite bit? Huh? Your favourite bit of Hitler's will? Oh, Germany. There was a lot of Germany, wasn't it? Which bit about Germany did you like? The carving up? The carving up was good. What do you think was the original plan with that from what he was saying? The Reich. That's intense, one. Isn't it? Yeah, he didn't really mention the Reich. No, but you can tell that he was
kind of Reich-esque.
Yeah, he was alluding to the Reich. He was talking. It was all sort of in relation to it. Yeah. And you didn't take a photo, did you? Didn't take a photo.
I did take a photo.
Did he write the will before or after he was in a bunker?
You can say before or after he died.
Before, I think. Can you imagine being like a really serious World War II academic and like you're on a pilgrimage to find all these documents that have been lost to time and everybody's like, oh yeah, you got to go to the Gold Coast Wax Museum for that one.
You want it, he's got it.
When we were downstairs, he was showing us all we were at a group with a group, and it was the same speech. We went to each thing and he had jokes. He was really good.
He looked like Sean Locke too.
But I could tell it was the same routine he'd done since like 1995.
I remember it. I'm pretty sure he was the same guy as when I was little because I remember all the same little jokes and stuff.
All jokes.
Yep.
But it was super weird that we'd go into the next bit and he'd be like, all right, this one's for the gentleman. This one's for the guys. You'll like this one. There's a metal rod you can shove up your wife's pussy when she's being mean. Moving on. I was like, Jesus Christ.
And no, we don't sell
with
them
that
in the
actual
gift
language.
shop.
No, he was always like this one's for the gents. If the missus has been a pain in the ass, here's a chastity belt filled with spikes so that if she tries to have sex with someone else, she'll get stabbed. But like the more eloquent way of him to say that, but he always started with like, here's one for the lads, something awful that will kill your wife. And
here's one for the ladies you can put on your guys' balls. I think that's fucking disgusting. Keep working.
But that was it. He did one for the ladies, and for let's keep it equal, give it to the ladies. Here's a tub that a man will stand in, and you'll get made fun of by the townspeople, and then you get let out when you're sober.
And my wife's got 2 of them.
Yeah. Anyways, more spikes that go into your vag. There were
a lot of vag spikes.
Yeah.
They just
so many. Yeah. Every
funny that.
It might as well have been the chastity belt tour. There was like 30 different chastity belts. Lots of.
I loved the one that was like, what was it? When women lie and they put this thing in your mouth and if you try and talk, it cuts your tongue off.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah. I like the chastity belt that had the little poo, the little butthole,
holes,
and the little vag hole.
Because some women had it on their entire life, so you've got to be able to piss and shit through it.
It's not pressed up against your holes. It's got to be some sort of loose.
Yeah,
but it was like that big for the arsehole and then the shape of a vagina.
They die of sepsis or something.
And you just shit onto the hole and just go... and then just leak slowly out.
Soft serve.
Made no fucking sense.
Well, they all probably had dysentery and diarrhea back then. So
here's one for the fellas. If you've been to a sit-down Pizza Hut, this chastity belt will remind you of the soft serve machine. Anyway, moving on.
That was the one he said about the cutting your tongue off. He's like, now, if the ladies are gossiping too much, cut their fucking tongues off.
What the fuck?
It was
simpler times.
And I'm staring at you from the corner of my eye. I'm like, don't you fucking laugh.
I was laughing.
Oh, I know.
I was laughing at the idea, and everyone was just like, oh yeah, for the blood. I was like, what is going on here? It's good stuff. It's good fun. Hey, it's GMat here, and don't forget, if you enjoyed that episode of the GMat podcast and you want to hear more, we also have the podcast post show over at patreon.com/the GMat podcast. The post show is a shorter episode recorded directly after the main podcast where we wrap things up and talk about anything we didn't have time to talk about. $3 a month and cancel anytime. We are a community-supported podcast, so your support over there funds the show and makes it easier for us to keep doing what we love. If you want to support us, head over to patreon.com/the GMat podcast.